take their bulldog.
Amen.
And they decide to take it on me because I just happen to be there.
Yeah.
I'm in the right place, but the wrong person has a gun in his hand. We run that risk. And what you think about it now, I don't want to scare nobody, but next time you go to a Tom Thumb, a Albertson, a Minion, and buy some rope, do you know some food could have been there before you got there? And saturated the oranges and lemons and apples. So you don't know that? Next time you go to the drugstore to get a prescription filled, don't want to scare you, but the person that fills your prescription just might have quarrel with wife. And when he gets to work that day, he says, I'm going to fix that. And instead of you getting your value, he puts something in the value and adds something to it. You go home and think you're getting ready to calm your nerves and Lord, and oh, we read about you in the obituary paper. All right? Am I on top of it so far? What do we call these things when you read about a man in New York City that gets on a subway? No, a soul on the subway. But he's mad at everybody on the subway. He was mad at white folk. He was mad at black folk too. Notice his father said he didn't like on the tone on black folk.
That's right.
Now he's the one that decides who the other girl is.
That's right.
Don't forget that. So he didn't like anybody. He didn't like O'Reilly and he just shoot everything that moves. Am I on top of the so far? That's called random acts of senseless violence.
All right.
Isn't that what it's called? Yeah. Food line at the link, you go out to eat at White Cafeteria. You decide you're going to stop by Louis today when you leave here. And while you sitting there eating on your T-bone steak, some food decides to crack his pickup truck through Louis' wall and just get out my shoe. It happened at the link. Am I on top of it so far? Yeah. That's called a random act of senseless violence. You say, but it doesn't happen in the church. Well, where were you a few years ago when a fool walked in the church down in Dangerfield, Texas? Am I right so far? And started spraying the congregation with automatic fire. It's called random acts of senseless violence. And then when the fool gets through shooting, he go out and shoot himself. Boom. Random act of senseless violence. Doesn't make sense. A young professional football player.
That's right.
Down in Houston a few days ago had an automobile accident.
That's right.
Killed his best friend. So he said, well, I'll let shoot me too. 2 families in morning, whole team in morning.
That's right.
Random act of senseless violence. Fool crawled up in a tower down at the University of Texas a few years ago. Yeah. Y'all remember that? Just started shooting everything on UT campus. Just so happens my daughter hadn't made it there yet. Do y'all realize how close that is to home? Yeah. Random act of senseless violence. It's everywhere. I'm going, well, that's just the big city of New York. That's the big city of Chicago. Well, you know it ain't no big city.
That's right. That's right.
Random act of senseless violence. That makes sense. Don't know the folk. Nobody did anything to them. Random act. Senseless violence. Folks go downtown Dallas and have a good time celebrating a Super Bowl victory. Why are we happy our Cowboys won? And us going to applaud the team. And while somebody applauding, somebody out there swinging. Don't even know the folk.
Amen.
Don't even know the folk. Random act. So why'd you do that? We taking back what the white folks took from us. And you know what they took? A few bottles of wine. Is that all the white folks took from us? A few bottles of whiskey? That's what they took out of the store. We taking back what the white folks took. What did you get? Random act of senseless violence. And you know what's sad to say, but a lot of us going on at home?
Yeah.
Somebody come out with their dark shades on. Whatever you do, I don't know what was wrong with it. Just came in and just popped me upside the head. No, it's nothing. You know what? He's provoking her. Didn't say what? He just shocked me. Ran them out of senseless mouth. Young girl goes out to the playground to have fun with a friend. Some fool comes by and picks her up, takes her out, rapes her, and strangles her in Richardson, Texas. Not in the heart of what they call the ghetto, but the suburbs, the fashionable folk. Roundabout of senseless violence. Doesn't make sense, but happens all the time.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
You said, well, that's Christmas time. You mean you want present? That's not what I'm going to talk about. There are signs all over the city now. And it says, commit an act of senseless kindness. Yeah. Have y'all seen them? Yeah. They're all over the city now. It says, it encourages, commit an act of senseless kindness. I challenge you this morning, Galilee, when you leave here, before you leave here, commit an act of senseless kindness. Just in case there's someone that you might not really like too much. Or you know that they don't particularly cotton to you. Commit an act of senseless kindness before you leave here. Instead of shaking one, put both of their hands inside of yours. And give them a good handshake and look them on the eye and say, I love you. Every shot. Hey, God, when you do your job, commit some acts of senseless kindness. You ask the folks to respond, and they won't. Don't get mad at them. Say, God bless you anyhow. Yeah. You say, stand up. Let's give you one of those beans. You better not do what they say. I got them on the wrong side today, and I'll give you a wrong side of my lips this morning. Commit an act of senseless kindness. Pray for them. Don't get upset and go off and act the way they do. Quiet them up when you come for rehearsal. And somebody else's uncles are acting up. And their corns are hurt. And yours hurt. And the supervisor yell at you before you left. Commit an act of senseless kindness. Be kind to everybody else, even though you don't feel well. Musicians, when you come for your rehearsals and folks just won't listen, when you're trying to direct and you're trying to get this right and you're trying to get that right, don't cuss them out and pout, but commit an act of senseless kindness. They don't understand when you go on being kind in the house. Preacher, commit acts of senseless kindness. When you did the best you could, and folks say you didn't do nothing. You say, I could have stayed home and snored this morning. And I came out to hear this. Commit some acts of senseless kindness.
All right.
Well, God bless you anyhow. I'll try to do better next time. They don't know how to respond to that.
That's right.
I'll tell you one that really gets you. Drive down Industrial Boulevard to leave. Just after you pass the Sportatorium, there was a woman sitting out there with one arm and one leg. And she's out there when it rains, and she's out there when the sun shines. She's the most pitiful sight you've ever seen. But you say she might be a crook. She might be. But I know one thing. She doesn't have an arm and she doesn't have a leg. And if she's a crooked person, she's a crooked one-arm leg and one-arm arm. Yeah. Commit an act of senseless kindness when you drive by sometimes. If God blesses you to do something unusual.
Yeah.
Don't put the usual dollar bill in there. Put 9 more with it.
All right.
That's an act of senseless kindness. Yeah, we don't want it.
Voice in worship.
Yes.